listening to Good Morning Dublin here on 103.2 Dublin City FM with myself, Heather MacLeod, Michael Glynn, Donald Somerville and Fran Baker here with you this morning. Busy show indeed. That track we just took there was The Magic Door, and it's from debut album Killer, well, self-titled album Killer, from Killer. So welcome to the studio, Killer.
Thanks very much. Great to be here. How are you doing?
Now, just to point out, that wasn't. So this isn't your birth certificate name, is it?
No, definitely
I hope it's not. That
no.
would have been a bit unkind to the parents and presumptuous as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah. No, just a nickname that stuck, and it's nice and short and snappy. And just when I started playing on my own, I decided to maybe do something different. Most singer-songwriters, you know, have their Christian name and surname. I just wanted to keep it simple. So
there's you and Bono then with your short.
That's probably all we have in common. Yeah, that's probably it. You know. Yeah.
And so, but your real name just is Killian, isn't it? Your real name. So did you get that? Did you take that from that? Is that what you were called like as a kid at school? Or?
Yeah, exactly. In school, a teacher just kind of called me that one day, and I didn't know who he was talking about. And then everyone looked at me, and I went, "Oh, okay." And then it kind of really stuck, and that was it, you know.
Yeah. So I've been reading about you a lot in the local papers recently, and this is why we brought you in. You have a launch party for the album that I mentioned there a little earlier on in the Ivy House, Drumcondra on Sunday night this week, the 21st, 8 o'clock, and the show's at 8:30. We'll give those details out again, but you've been making headlines in the papers.
Yeah, well, I mean, this week alone I was in the Northside People and the Citywide News and the Fingal Independent, and I think I'm in the North County Leader, but I haven't got a copy yet, so I must check that out. But yeah, I mean, in this day and age, like, I'm self-releasing the album, so if I don't promote it, no one will. So I just really have to, you know, get into newspapers and get onto lovely supportive stations like Dublin City FM.
There you go. That's
you know, just have to plug everything that's going on. You know.
But yeah, I mean, I was reading you have been gigging, performing like a lot of people now for yourself for 14 years. But you know, it's for length of time, because I think, as you mentioned there, people are finding they're having to really you have to get yourself to sort of stage one before anybody will even look at you now.
Exactly,
you can't just sort of invite A&R people to a gig.
Not really, no.
Not really anymore, and get signed. So you have to do the online, you know, be up with the social media, get the press releases out, get a couple of albums out. Even Snow Patrol actually had a couple of albums out, I think, before they get signed, because they were based in Glasgow, you know. But you've been gigging and writing for a long time. So why is it taking you to now, I suppose, to
why?
Get this down
basically because to make an album you need kind of four things. You need time, you need energy, you need money, and then you need another little magic thing, whatever that is. But just, I suppose, money first of all. I mean, you know, a day in the studio is very expensive, so the album took about 7 or 8 days fully to get done over a few months. But you know, it was just a case of kind of saving up money and then going in the studio when I had the cash. Energy, then you're trying to drink your Red Bull and eat your Weetabix and get in and have the energy to do these things. And then time, of course. I mean, we're all so busy and doing other things. So those three things took a long while to organise. And as well, kind of, just at this stage in my life, I got married a few months ago, and I just kind of said, if I don't do it now, I'll never do it. So I just said, okay, this is the year. So thank God I got it done.
Yeah, you got it done. You've done a great job, and like I said, you got the press interested anyway. And I was reading as well. You've no mean feat. You've been supporting bands like the Coronas there around Dublin as well. Yeah,
well, I mean, the lads were really, really supportive. I mean, this just kind of before they hit the big time, I used to support them. I used to play in Slattery's with them, and then luckily enough, Danny then used to give me a call every now and again just to support them. So yeah, I've supported them a few times, and they're a great band. I'm delighted they're doing so well. But yeah, I mean, it's just all about gigging and playing, and I'm generally playing once or twice at least a week, and just about getting out there and doing it, and never turning down any offers, and playing everywhere and anywhere, you know.
Yeah, and what would the day job be then? Like you said, you had to save up a bit of money, so I presume there's a day job.
The day job is teaching.
Alright, okay, and music, or just generally?
Just generally, yeah, primary school teaching. So
and if something came of this, would you drop it like a hat?
We'll see what happens, you know. We'll wait and see what happens. I mean, I'll come to that road when...
Yeah, I hope your employer's not listening to this anyway. But something I was interested in, I was reading your graphic designer for the album. I know this is obviously not a visual show, but people can go out and get it in all good record stores. I was looking at the cover, and it's as I say, graphic designer from Galway, and it looks, I'm guessing here, but I wanted to ask you, is it a collection of pictures along the way of you making this? Because some of them were music related and some of them looked cultural, and I know that you said also that you've you know, played all over the world. You've been sort of travelling, you know, played in a lot of different countries. So I wondered if some of these pictures were from that, or...
Yeah, well, yeah, you're actually the first person to ask me about that. Can I just see the album for a second?
Of course you can. There's
Please don't forget.
There's pictures of you, and there seems to be pictures of
basically there's like
locations, you know.
Yeah, there's like 12 pictures on the front of the cover, and in each four corner is kind of different gigs I've played. Kind of some are important gigs, some are just good shots or whatever. One of them is from the SB in Melbourne, where AC/DC kind of started out. That was when I was over in Melbourne. I played there, which is a great little venue. It's a real rocky venue, you know. Basically, yeah, all the pictures on the album are pictorial views of the names of the songs.
I was going to say pictorial representations
is that right?
of the song.
Or
graphic representations.
Graphic images,
maybe.
yeah, of the songs, yeah. So
you're sounding coming across all arty now.
Oh yeah, I wanna. There's a picture of a wishing well. There's a song called Wishing Well. There's a picture of a sign for Grey Street, which is a song. There's a picture of planets. There's a picture of a magic door. There's a picture of a cottage, and then there's a few other shots. There's a shot there of Melbourne where a lot of the songs, well, a few of the songs were written anyway.
Yeah,
so
it looks sort of.
There's a creative burst happened there, so I had to
picture
put that in, you know. So that's I'm trying to kind of show pictures of the songs, and then when you turn to the back, you see the track list.
As well, yeah.
So,
and is that you walking around that possibly Malahide way?
That's out in Portmarnock, yeah, on the back cover, yeah, down near the beach, yeah.
Get a bit of Dublin in there
that's
as well.
That's it.
But the album's out just now. I think you can get that in Tower Records, am I correct?
Yeah, well, it's not in there yet, but I'm in the process of trying to get it in there. So at the launch it'll be for sale, and then from then on I'll set it from the website, and after that then I'll get it up on iTunes, and after that I'll hopefully get it into the stores. But I think
and after that, if you're lucky, maybe somebody will sign you and get other people to do these jobs for you.
Yeah,
you just do the writing of the songs. As you said, energy is a very big
it's all time
part
energy
in getting it all done, isn't it? You know. So the gig, as we say, is Sunday this weekend, the 21st, in the Ivy House there up in Drumcondra. Doors are 8 o'clock, show 8:30, and guess what, folks? It's another recession busting gig. It's for free, free admission.
Free and very important. So. And there's great support acts. There's a girl called Niamh Kilcawley and a guy called Owen Watkins supporting, and just want to give a shout out to the Ivy House. In the Ivy House every Sunday there's the Ivy Sessions, which is open mic night, and they're kind of good enough to host me this Sunday and let me kind of headline and, you know, promote the album and do the launch. So thanks to everyone at the Ivy Sessions. It's fantastic.
Support,
open mic. It's great. Yeah, it's really good.
And any plans to release any singles off the album? Or you just
again, I'm kind of, you know, the last few weeks I've sold a good few copies and people are kind of giving me a bit of feedback, so I was kind of interested to hear what people thought and, you know, what they liked, because it's unusual. Like some of the songs I kind of prefer, other people haven't picked up on, and then other songs I kind of just, you know, I liked them, but I didn't think they would just send their tracks. People were saying, oh, I really like that. So I'd say the first one, Planets, or the fifth one, Slow Right Down, or the third one, Magic Door, will probably be
or the second one, or the eighth one, or the ninth one.
Release album.
Okay, so that's the album out. Anyway, where can people catch you online?
Online, if you go to www.killerceol.com, ceol is in the Irish word for music, CEOL. There's loads of photos and videos and gig listings and news and biography and all that stuff on that, and then also myspace.com/killerceol.
Well, that's great. Well, Killer, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks a million for having me.
And we are now you're gonna play a live track, and I believe this is one that's not even on the album. This is that brand new. So do you want to introduce this?
Yeah, this is basically there's a little story behind this track. This song was written after the album was done, and it's basically about acts of random kindness. I think are very important in this day and age, especially when everyone's broke. So I was in town one day and a guy stopped me and said, oh, here, were you playing a gig last night? And I said, yeah. And he said, oh, I saw you were very good. Like, and I couldn't believe it was the first time a stranger had ever said that to me, and it was huge, just made me day, you know, it was amazing. So I kind of said, oh, that's unreal. So I kind of wrote a little verse about it and then left it alone. And then a few weeks later I had a tune and I put them together and then just wrote the whole song about telling people they're doing a good job is very important.
There you go. So this is Acts of Random Kindness. Yeah. And I hope you maybe bump into this guy again another time. You can tell him you wrote a song about him.
Well, I will, because his brother supported me at the launch. So
very good. I'm sure we'll be glad. Look, Keller, thanks for joining us once again, and good luck with the gig.
Cheers, thank you.